So, you like playing board games?
Exacting.
Welcome to the YouTube channel Exacting Games. Today we explain the rules of the game Six Making. The game consists of a booklet with the game rules. The lid of the wooden box is turned around and used as the game board. It is 5 by 5 spaces large. Then there are 15 normal discs for every player in the colors white and brown. Then there is a special piece called Giant, a second special piece called Hunchback, and both players share the special piece Mlady. For the explanation of the game rules, we leave the special pieces aside. One player uses the white pieces, the other player the brown pieces. Players take turns alternately. On a turn, a player can put in a new piece on an empty square. Another way to make a move would be to build up towers. Therefore, both players are allowed to move either white or brown pieces. A single piece moves like a pawn. That means you can move it one space horizontally or vertically onto another piece or tower. You are not allowed to move the pawn diagonally or on an empty space. A stack which is 2 pieces high is called rook. It can move horizontally and vertically as far as the player wishes, but you can't move over other pieces, nor on an empty space. You have to move a rook always on a single piece or on a stack of pieces. A stack which is 3 pieces high is called knight and moves in an L shape. It is the only piece which can jump over other pieces. You are not allowed to put a knight on an empty space. A stack which is 4 pieces high is called bishop. It can move diagonally as far as the player wishes, but not over other pieces, and it can't move to an empty space. A stack of 5 pieces is called queen. A queen can move horizontally or vertically and diagonally as well, as far as the player wishes, but not over other pieces, and not on empty spaces. A stack which is 6 pieces high is called king, and the color of the piece on top of the stack declares the winner. But wait, there's more. You can also move the stacks via dividing. A standard move with a bishop looks like this. However, if you divide a tower, the upper part of the tower moves always like the whole stack, in that case like a bishop. And if the opponent moves like that, you are allowed to divide the tower like this. Or like this, but not that way, because you are not allowed to reconstruct the previous situation. If you play a game of 6 making, you can just play one game. That means the game ends when one player constructs a tower of 6 pieces. If you want to play more games in a row, the tower is removed from the board, the pieces of the stack are given back to the players, the pieces on the board remain, and the second round starts. And the brown player leads with 1 point because he was able to build a stack of 6 pieces. Now we are going to talk about the special pieces. The first one is called Hunchback. You can put it into the game like an ordinary piece. Its special ability is that you can't put a single piece or a stack on it. The second special stone is called Giant. It consists of 2 connected pieces. The advantage is that you can move the giant from the start on like a rook. The third and last special piece is called Mlady. Both players can use the Mlady. The piece forces the opponent to jump on Mlady. If there are 2 or more possibilities to do so, the player can choose. If there isn't a possibility to do so, the player can make another move. If Mlady is covered, it loses its special ability. If you jump off Mlady, the special ability is reactivated and the other player has to move on Mlady. In the rule booklet there are variants for the special pieces suggested. If you want to play a game with the Mlady, every player gets 12 discs and every player is allowed to use the Mlady. If you want to play a game with the Hunchback, every player gets 11 discs and a hunchback that you can use anytime. The last variant includes all special pieces. Every player gets 12 points. An ordinary disc costs the player 1 point. A hunchback costs 3 points. A giant costs 2 points. And to be able to use the Mlady, you have to spend 2 points. If both players do so, the Mlady is placed next to the board and both players can use it. Wow, 6 making, that is really an exacting game.
Exacting.